Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. We got a special one today because of Black Friday, although it is Saturday time of recording. It's the halftime of the Michigan and Ohio State game. Go Michigan. Yeah, so guys, you know what it is. It's not a variant, it's the base Bourbon County brand stout from Goose Island. I try to review it every year. I did get my hand on some of these. I'm thrilled. This is 14.1%, and yeah, this was just dropped yesterday, but I got my hands on it today, guys. So it's the 2023 version. I did just have the 2019 version earlier this week. You might have watched the review. You can go look and see that review that I did recap for you guys. I will say, I didn't love it as much as I usually do when these are fresh, because it seems like these turn into dark fruit bombs, just like dark cherry, raisins. It's still world-class stuff, but I don't know. We're going to dive back in since this is fresh in my mind from that 2019 version. We're going to see what this 2023 version brings to the table. And on the back, the usual, guys. Notes of vanilla, cocoa, cherry, caramelized sugar, and almond. Yeah, let's crack into this one. It's always an exciting beer. I mean, you can get it for like 13 bucks in Michigan, but I think in Chicago it's freaking like $10 or something. I never can get the variants. I want some variants, but never can get my hands on the good ones. So there definitely was some smoke popping off the top of this bottle. Wonderful. And again, bottled on date August 6th, 28. I don't know, August 28th? Maybe that's what it is. So these usually have to sit for a while before they're distributed. Nothing really to say. It looked like actually slightly thinner than the midnight oil I usually get when I poured it, a little bit brownish, but in the glass it is the darkness. Certainly not seeing through this one, guys. It is the midnight oil that we always talk about on these stouts. We had a nice, slightly charred mocha head sitting on top that has dissipated now, and you're just left with an outer ring of burnt fudge. I don't know, what do you want to call it? It looks like sugar water, it looks like cola, it looks like tar, man. It just looks dark, but again, a hair thinner when I poured it. I actually thought it looked maybe a dash thinner as I poured it. I don't know, it's a little bit lighter than some of the other ones. 14.1, some are 15, some are 14.7, this one's 14.1. Let's get an aroma on this one, guys. It's, man, I forget how dark fruit forward Bourbon County is. Compared to what I got on the 19, I'm still getting huge notes of dark fruits. Again, this almond kind of caramel toffee sugar. I'm getting this slight note of cherry that I typically get on this. The dates, the dried out raisins, the sugary dark fruits, the plums. Very abundant in this beer. But I will say, this one comes across a little bit more milk dudsy chocolate, a little bit more milk chocolatey goodness, a little fudgy. Compared to the one that was aged, this one seems to be a little bit more firm on that chocolate note. I do like that. And I swear there's like a tart Montmorency cherry or some sort of like, you know, cocktail cherry in here too. It's just got that sweet sour kind of mixture going on, playing into this slight barrel that seems kind of softer on the nose compared to maybe some other years, but we won't know until we dive in and get a taste, guys. It's a 2023 Bourbon County brand stout. Cheers. Oh baby, there's a barrel. Man, way stronger than that 19. Yeah, that barrel kind of fades. What a beautiful blend of barrels. I think this is like Wild Turkey, Four Roses, Buffalo Trace, and one other one that I can't think of, but it's usually a blend of the four barrels. It's really good. Like, there's a slight woody, charry oakiness to this beer. Complements the fruity forward, date, fig, raisin, slight chocolate, milky, dudsy goodness. What a beautiful blend of flavors. I feel like this is just so well balanced for being this fresh. I'm okay with this not maturing sometimes. I'm okay with this sitting fresh and drinking it rather than cellaring it for 4 or 5 years. There's a slight tartness to this beer again. Like, it's almost like it's fermented raisins, a little bit of like cocktail cherry, Montmorency cherry, like something that goes into a, you know, a cocktail drink. That just feels like it's been dipped in there and it's just kind of soaking in bourbon. I wouldn't say this is ultra fudgy. I get more Milk Duds, more Snicker Bar, a little bit of Almond Joy in here. It's not so like fudge and ganache. Sometimes there was a year I got a lot more fudge. It's certainly chocolatey, but just a different kind of chocolate, not that typical. I wouldn't say typical, but there were some years it was very fudgy. This one's more like almond brownie, more Almond Joy, more fruitiness. The fruit is very abundant on this beer, and I do get that typically in the Bourbon County brand stout. A little bit of caramel Tootsie Roll. Yeah, man, it's just, what an enjoyable beer at 14.1. Like, yes, it's a heavy mouthfeel, but it's not like to the extreme end of syrupy. It's less than that, and it's drinking wonderfully, complementing that barrel, man. The barrel just really offsets some of that dark fruity sweetness, although this does still feel sweet to me. It's not so roasty and coffee forward. I do get notes of some medium roast coffee. I wouldn't say it's like burnt char, like French roast, like thickness. It's a soft, subtle, medium roast, middle of the road. Again, just the fruitiness, the barrel really playing off of each other really well. Just really making for an enjoyable 2023 year of Bourbon County. Just still world-class stuff, really tasty, and it's easy to put this down even with a slight bit of alcohol warming going in the chest. I dig this, man. I like these fresh. Yeah, and as I sip it, I mean, the barrel is showing itself more. Again, it's the more of the woody, liquidy bourbon kind of touching into those fruits. A little bit more of the heat kind of showing off itself, trying to even out the fruitiness a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I think it's a great drinker for 14.1%. I just think the heat's not overdone on the barrel, and I think the fruity sweetness is just enough. I mean, like, it may be a tinge too much for me, but the barrel offsets it very well. And again, this is extremely drinkable for 14.1%. I really like this year's version. The only thing I could really say is maybe I do want a little bit more coffee. I'm a coffee fanatic. Maybe I want a little bit more of that, but hey, I got frickin' KBS espresso still sitting in the cellar, so if I want some of those, maybe I'll just drink those, because that's not what this is at the end of the day. But what it is a great version of Bourbon County brand stout. So, final thoughts. Super tasty. I gave you the rundown of all the notes I got. You can kind of break it down and get a little bit more each sip you take, but I'm just going to sit it here and leave it here, guys. Beautiful legs running down, too. Just beautiful beer in the glass. Rating, I'm going to go with a 4.82 out of 5. That's just where I'm sitting this year. Again, maybe a little bit less fruit, maybe a little bit more coffee, a little bit more roastiness. Maybe that's where I get it closer to that 5. Those are just my personal nitpicks. It is what it is. It's been the Bourbon County brand stout 2023. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Go Michigan. Cheers.